Brian Kenny back here on Friday Night Fights. Big pay-per-view this past weekend. Isaac Frost defending his heavyweight title again, stopping Reggie Stewart in 2 rounds for his 14th successful title defense. Promoter D.L. McQueen has begun touting Frost as one of, if not the greatest champions of all time. That seems a bit premature, but there's no arguing with Frost's record. Undefeated, all his wins coming by knockout. Quite a feat. In other news, can former middleweight contender Andre Bishop make a comeback after spending more than 5 years in prison? And can he do it as a heavyweight? It's one of the more fascinating stories in sports. We'll, of course, have the latest for you here on Friday Night Fights.
Heavyweight action headlining our fight card here at the Mexico City Plaza in the heart of Mexico City. Good evening, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. What a curious path it's been in the career of Andre Bishop, the former middleweight prospect, now fighting his second fight as a heavyweight. He will do so tonight against Raul Castillo. So round 1 is underway between Bishop and Castillo. We'll give you something to look for, at least what we've been hearing out of the Bishop camp, is that they're very conscious of the body punching of Castillo. So look for Bishop to try to defend that well. Teddy, I assume many times in your career you were instructing a fighter that was going to face a fighter who just had the longer reach, flat out had it. What did you tell him? What did you try to cement in his head leading up to that fight?
You know, sometimes you get caught up when you're fighting a fighter with those great, outstanding physical attributes like tallness and height, reach advantage. You start to think that only one way is the way to go. You got to force yourself to work your way in. I remind myself and I remind my fighter that you can step out and make the taller man give up his height. Walk him into traps.
Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Raul Castillo. Castillo's able to land a good, solid left hand. Bishop has to shore up that defense. He is taking far too many body shots from Castillo. The trainer of Andre Bishop was talking about the fact that, hey, this is a different beast fighting in the heavyweight division. He wants him to block some of these big blows. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Last 10 seconds. Right to the head with that right. Carisi's game plan being executed perfectly by Andre Bishop in that last round. He has a lot of momentum.
Yeah, now when he gets back to the corner, of course, Gus only has to tell him, keep doing what you're doing. But a guy like Gus, he'll remind him, hey, it starts with the jab, always fundamentals.
You gave him that round. You got to win these early rounds for him. You're not shooting your jab. Move your head and pump that jab. Just like we worked on, man. 1, 2, up top.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. That's a fierce left hand that landed by Andre Bishop. Clean shot with the right. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Bishop scoring with that right hand. Castillo's defense is now serving him well. Nice job blocking that punch. The other day when we were talking to Andre Bishop, he said to have success in this fight, I have to land combinations. He landed a good one there. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Castillo's on the receiving end of those two good hooks to the body. And now targeting his opponent with the overhand right. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. Scored well upstairs with the right hand. Bishop's putting forth a great combination there. Nice strike after catching one by Andre Bishop. We overheard the corner of Andre Bishop earlier saying to look for the uppercut. That time he found it, he saw it, he gave it. Just 10 seconds to go here in the second round. Three minutes gone by in this round.
You have to be busy. This guy is beating you. If you throw 3 or 4 punches in a row, you can turn this around. But you have to let it go. Easy.
Hey, nice work. Nice work, that guy. All right. You know, here's what you had.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. Wow, look at that, trading shots. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there are some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counter-punching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
That right hand over the top lands flush. Scored well with the left downstairs. You know, Bishop's opponent has set a pretty good pace here tonight, and I don't think Bishop has reacted well to it. He's fading a bit.
Yeah, he's got his mouth open a little bit. There's two problems there. One, you're telling your opponent, I'm tired. The other is you have your mouth open. That's a loose joint now. You get hit on the jaw, you can get a broken jaw.
How about that left hand? That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Andre Bishop.
Cover up, cover up!
And now committing to that midsection as the target with the combination punching. Good step back counter punch there.
Beautiful.
Don't walk into his punches. Working the body.
Left hook, right hand, well done, especially to the body. And the round comes to an end.
Listen, moves forward, take a step back and catch him with a jab as he's coming in, all right? Just take a short step back and jab.
You gotta land a big punch now. No doubt about it. You're losing this fight. You need to throw and land a big shot. Knock this guy out. Okay. Listen. You can do it.
Here we go with the fourth round. Andre Bishop's coming out here at the start of this round, knowing that the first half of this fight clearly has him out way in front on the scorecards.
Yeah, you know, sometimes guys don't do good when they're way out in front because they start letting up a little bit. They start taking things for granted. That is probably the only thing that could be an enemy of him right now.
Castillo's now feeling the effects, Teddy, of having his opponent punch right through that guard.
Well, he should feel the effects. I mean, look, Joe, it's kind of like standing out in a rainstorm with an umbrella and all of a sudden the wind's coming and the rain's coming from the side and you're standing there under the umbrella and saying, why am I getting wet? Well, you're standing there covering up. The punches are coming from the side. They're coming from all angles. You're going to get wet.
You're not always protected. Nice work on the right hand by Andre Bishop. Combination to the head. Seconds to go in round number 4. And now just wasting away some time with that clinch. Bishop's impressing the judges and himself with that right hand. Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Bishop's left now getting into the mix. Right back to the midsection. Andre Bishop getting back to basics, landing that right hand. And now he's targeting upstairs. They both decide to bring it. Good looking right hand after he got hit. Oh, they both land flush with uppercuts. I like the angle that Andre Bishop just gave us right there. His opponent didn't like the result. He just ate an uppercut. Teddy, I'll tell you what I like out of that round from Andre Bishop. It's a building block. He has a lot to look forward to the rest of this fight now.
Yeah, it's confidence, gives him a little momentum, and it also shows you his amateur background. I mean, he showed you that he can do things inside and outside. Hundreds of amateur fights will teach you that.
Beautiful. Nice work. Every time you move to the inside, make him pay. Jab, jab, hook. Okay? Double up.
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going to distance based on what we've witnessed so far. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. A well-placed, gutsy uppercut after being tagged. And now you can see him zoning in on the target with that double jab. You see him with the left of the head there? Castillo's reached that point in the fight where his only chance is to cash in and hit Lotto here. He needs that grand slam, that big knockout punch, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he doesn't have a pen in his hand where he can fill out the numbers, but he does have a couple fists. And what he's going to have to do is find a specific place to aim a shot. Look for one moment, one spot.
Up top with the right hand. He is damaged badly there. Oh, a big shot comes home for him. And he is down. He is down for the first time tonight. He gets up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
Good flush shot upstairs. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Castillo. Must be the punch of the day. Both guys bringing home uppercuts. Final 10 seconds of this 5th round. Well, what more can Gus Carisi really tell him to do? Just keep what you've been doing. He is dominating this fight. He's got to be way up on the scorecards, Teddy.
Oh, he definitely is. And what you want to do now is maybe test the waters what kind of finisher you are. Maybe.
Okay.
Not get reckless, but show that you can finish.
You can do this. I need another round from you. I need you to be busy this round, all right? Let's box smart and not get caught. Box smart. Hands up.
This has been a sublime performance by Andre Bishop. He has been in control all night long as we're in the final round now.
This is where you want to keep your concentration. You don't want to slip up now on the way to the bank.
Castillo's trying to steady himself in this round after being knocked down in the previous round. Teddy, how much can really happen in those 60 seconds? How much of a benefit is it to a damaged fighter?
Well, a lot has to happen. First of all, physically, you have to revigorate the guy. You know, maybe massage the legs a little bit. Most importantly, get some ice on the back of his neck. You know, get that blood flow going a little bit. Make sure that you revive him a little bit. Get him back to feeling like he's ready to go out there.
I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counter.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Scored well up top, and he's holding. Final minute of the final round.
Watch the hook. Vamos, la liga, la liga.
Well-placed right hands from both men. Seconds to go in this, the final round. From start to finish, it was utter domination.
This was an easy one to score, Joe.
As for that expected outcome, we send it up to the ring to hear from the judges. Bishop.
Mexico City was a big success. People are talking about Andre Bishop again. Welcome back.
It feels good to be back. Thanks, Megan, for everything.
I know Franco and my father set you up. I can't prove it, but I know it. You wouldn't do something like that. I know what kind of man you are. And I know what kind of man my father is.
You know, it doesn't even matter anymore. I did the time.
It matters to me, Andre.
So what now?
We gotta get you cleaned up.
Well, will you look at this, huh? You don't look like a bum no more.
Thanks, Gus.
Hey, thank me later. Let's get to work. Come on. Come on. Nice work, Megan.
You too, Gus.
This is a big step up, kid. This next guy is a legit top 20 heavyweight. Now, people still think that you can't hang with the big guys. They think that you're just a blown-up middleweight. Well, I say fuck 'em. People say that I'm just maybe a crazy old man, and if you think about it, maybe they're right. Maybe I am just a crazy old man. But you know something? It isn't what people think, Andre. In boxing, it's about what you know. What you know in your gut. What you know in your heart. And I know in my heart, you got what it takes. And I know in your heart, you know you got what it takes. When you come right down to it, all that matters is heart.